What's up, guys? So, I got fired, or they say I got released. So, um, sure, there's a lot of questions to that, but yeah, I mean, it happens. Not, I guess, that common, but it happens, and it happened just right before my probation, 6 months probation. It was about 5 days right before it happened, and they just caught me into the office with my boss and the one of the directors. Sat me down, just gave me like a whole spiel about the different reasons, but you know, honestly, I just sucked at my job. I sucked, and there's a lot to it, but I didn't get anyone hurt. I never got hurt. And I think that's just what's most important. But I mean, everyone's gonna have their stories about, once if you become a journeyman lineman, it is a journey. So you'll have your stories on how you got there, and just know that the trade is there is a lot to learn. It was pretty overwhelming during the first month. It was pretty overwhelming for my sake, because I mean, there was a lot of people that actually had somewhat of something of a good background. I came from the medical field, so I didn't really have much of a background at all getting into this trade. So just know to always have a good attitude. Have a good attitude and always be willing to learn. At the beginning, I fucked up so fucking much, it's ridiculous. And I started talking to the guys around, and they also, they have their fair share of just like fucking up all the time. But I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, near the end, as the months went by, I got better and better and better to just like less fucking up. So now what's the plan? Well, SoCal Edison released me, so their definition of being released is that I'm still able to apply for SoCal Edison. So that's the good thing about that. They said that I'm not getting fired. Being fired is completely different. So in case that happens to you, don't worry about it. You can always reapply again. And the plan is I'm gonna continue to get back into SoCal Edison one day. And right now I'm just waiting for Local 47 to call me. I have more than 2,000 hours now, so I'm on book 1. And when I was on the books, I was at 174, and then now it's been about like a week. Now I'm at 140, somewhere around there. So I might be getting a call soon, so that's good. Another thing too, I have some money saved up, so I'm gonna take some vacation. Honestly, just take some time off until they call me, really, honestly. So I guess that's the good thing about that with SoCal Edison. It was very consistent. So whatever happens to you guys, just make sure to save, because anything could happen. I honestly thought I was gonna get past the 6 months, so it was, in my opinion, it was like very unexpected, very surprised. Especially it was just 5 days before. It wasn't something where I did something like horribly where it's like, all right, this is for sure, I'm gonna get fired. So it was, and in my eyes, it was a big surprise when it happened, honestly. So as far as my duties, it was pre-fabrication groundman. So it's different from a distribution groundman or a transmission groundman. I wasn't out and about on crews working on online work. It was just me at the yard every single day for the next few months, and that's what I was at. That's where I was at every single day, building cross arms and organizing and cleaning. That was my job most of the time. That's pretty much what I would do. So it's not much room for error. It was just, yeah, it does suck how it happened. SoCal Edison is a great company. So if you're going for it, go for it. This is a really good company. They got rid of time and a half. So now if you're working after 8 hours, you're getting double time, which is great. So that was a big thing that happened with SoCal Edison. That just happened this year. So that was nice. And I hope you guys have some questions for me, because I know there was a few of them. One question that stuck out the most that I didn't get back to was, how much time are you away from family? That was definitely a question I wanted to talk about. When I was doing the prefab groundman, I wasn't working as much as distribution groundman, that's for sure. I never got fatigued out. What does that mean? Well, fatigue out is when you work consistently and then the next day comes, you're still working, and then they fatigue you for 8 hours. So you go home for 8 hours, you sleep, and they pay you for that, and then you come back to work whenever they say, which is pretty much the 8 hours that are done after that. So I never had that. There was another groundman that we started together. He got fatigued once out of these 6 months. So that only happened one time, and it was during a call out. So there's that. What is a call out? A call out is when you are home, you are off the clock, and they physically are calling people to come work. So that is a call out. If you get called out, the moment you accept that call saying that, yes, I'm available to come work, you are getting paid at that time. Your time starts now, or whenever you say yes. And I wasn't gone as much as the other guys at distribution groundmen. It didn't happen too often, honestly. I would say we worked average 50 hours a week. So every day we had 2 hours of overtime. Monday we started at 5, we get off at 3:30. Then Saturdays we would sometimes work, and if we did work, we would just build cross arms all day. Bless you. And it would only be 8 hours. So there would be days where we would work maybe 10-hour days or 12-hour days, but that didn't really come that often. And so being away from home, if I could control it, I would be home more often, honestly, because now I have a family of 4. I have 2 babies now, and then I have another baby on the way. So now, now that I know what kind of different jobs are in SoCal Edison, which is also a big plus for working for them, there's a lot of different jobs that you can go for. And now, knowing what I know, I'll be trying to go for a different position in SoCal Edison and hopefully be home a little bit more often, because that's really the goal: make money and be home as much as you can. So I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this video trying to make as much money as they can and still be home. And depending on which yard you go to depends on how much overtime you're going. From what I've heard, I heard Santa Monica and Tulare are the most overtime you'll ever get. Maybe I've heard people talk about you can get, as just a groundman, you can get 150 to 200,000 your first year. So there's a lot of work, but it's all talk. I don't know. I never worked there. I've only worked in Ventura. So yeah, so there's not so much I could talk about, I guess, but I'm just running blank. I might post some videos on the different stuff that I did do at work. It was just really basic stuff, nothing crazy. I might post that video, I'm not sure. But yeah, the good thing is that I got let go. That's fine. I mean, that's a bummer part, but they are part of the union, so my hours are just getting transferred to the union books. So whatever I got at SoCal Edison, whatever I got from the local 1245, those two are combining, and the hours that I got from Northwest Lyman College also is combined with that. So that's how I'm able to have more than 2,000 hours and qualify for book number 1. So in case anything happens to you guys, at least you guys have that to fall back on. And then on top of that, as soon as it happened, as soon as I got let go, just 2 days after, I started applying just for commercial aid, driving companies, and I got a call within 2 days, and I did a few applications and I got calls back right away. So in case anything happens to you guys, you can always fall back on your commercial aid license. I got calls back very quick. I've never gotten a call that quick, especially if you don't have a family, or if you do have a family, you don't mind being out and about. There's a lot of jobs out there that are willing to pay really big money as long as you just put the time in. So there's always that to fall back on too. The fastest trucking company that I came across, they would hire me within 2 days. So they would do all the processing, the paperwork, whatever, and I'll start working within 2 days. And then there was another company that I would start within a week. That's the same thing, same process. So I was pretty surprised about that, and how fast I can get a job. So that's nice. In the meantime, my plan is just to wait, take some real estate classes, become a realtor before I start work, and hopefully find some desk job for SoCal Edison and be home more often. That'd be nice, and still get paid very, very well. So if you guys have questions, let me know. See you later, guys.